Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and I am excited to do my March TBR for you today. So I aggressively failed my February TBR. You guys know, if you watched a couple of my other videos from February, that February was a rough month for me, and I had a ton of like fantasy. I was like gonna go all in with the like fantasy romance February. I read like no fantasy romances. I think I read like 2 maybe. And I ended up only reading, I think, 2 books off of my very long February TBR. I just wasn't in a fantasy mood because my life was going crazy and like was very stressful. I reverted to small town romances because they're sweet and nice and less hard to deal with for me than fantasy romances. I read a lot of small town romances and I am still very much in that mood. I love small town romances. They're some of my all-time favorites, and so there are a lot on my March TBR. That's like what I was like leaning towards. So it's very much just like whatever I'm feeling at the moment and what I've had on my Kindle for a while that just like looks really good right now. And then I also have a couple of new releases and another attempt at a book club. So let's get right into them. There's not that many, so I don't think that this will be an overly long video. So the first one that I have is Highest Bidder by Sarah Kate. This is a new release. It comes out March 24th, and Sarah Kate doesn't usually have her audiobooks out at the same time, so I'll see if I'm like really feeling reading the ebook, but I've been a lot better with ebooks lately, especially since I got my Kindle. I really have been going like full force into ebooks. And so I'm hoping that I will be in the mood for that one when it first comes out, but I did read the rest of the series in audio, so we'll see. But I am very, very excited about it. It's supposed to be like a super age gap, and the cover is stunning. It's stunning. I am so excited for this, and I'm really happy that Sarah Kate is doing male covers for the releases so that I can match the other covers. So I'm really excited about this one, and I'm hoping that I'll be in the mood for it when it comes out. The next one that I have that's also a new release is Flirting with Forever by Claire Kingsley. This is the final book in her Dirty Martini Running Club series, and I really loved the first book in this series. I didn't love so much the second or third one, but I didn't not like them. I think I gave one of them 4 stars and one of them 3.5 stars, so I still enjoyed them. But I absolutely love the first one, and I love the female friendship in this series in general, and so I'm excited for the 4th one. I really like the heroine who's going to be in this, the last member of their like friend group. And Claire Kingsley has not told us who the hero is going to be yet, but she's teased that it's somebody in her world. So it's going to be like a crossover. It's like character that we've met before in previous books from her that's not this series. So I'm crossing my fingers that it's somebody from Tillicum and that it's somebody that I'll know from the Bailey Brothers series, but I'm really excited about it, and it comes out March 16th, and she has said that the audiobook will be out at the same time, so I'm very excited about that one. Another one that's sort of a new release, it's the audiobook we'll be releasing for Resting Witch Face by Juliet Cross on March 21st, and I have been waiting for this audiobook for this one in her Stay a Spell series. This is the 4th book? 5th book? I think it's the 5th book in her Stay a Spell series, and this one is a second chance romance with a vampire and a witch, and I'm so excited about it. I love this series so much, and I can't wait for this one. I think that's it for actual like new releases. So the other ones that I have on my TBR are Halo by Brooke Blaine and Ella Frank. This is the book club pick for Jess's Patreon. I have failed for the last couple of months to read the book for Jess's Patreon. I didn't have a credit and I couldn't find the audiobook from my library for the January's book, and then February's book I was sick during the live show, so I didn't get to. I was very like not involved in anything. So we're hoping that March goes well. I love the Elite series by Brooke Blaine and Ella Frank, and so Halo has actually been on my TBR for a really long time, and it's MM, and I think it's a rockstar romance, so I'm very excited about this, and I'm really hoping that I can actually read the book and be involved in the live show this time. I'm pretty sure that it's either QB Tyler or Gianna Darling. I think it's one of those, and I love both of those women, so I'm excited to read this MM romance and actually go to the live show this time. What else do I have? Throne of the Horde King by Zoe Draven. I am loving this series. You guys know I've talked about it a bunch. This is the Horde Kings of Drakkar series by Zoe Draven. I've been buddy reading one book a month with Averie from Ava's Romance Books. We are doing our buddy read actually right now while I'm filming this for Taken by the Horde King, which was the one that we were supposed to read in February. It is still February while I'm filming this. I don't know if I'll finish it before the end of February, but because I was sick and stressed and everything, we did push it back a little bit, but I'm hoping that we can still finish that one in February. But we are reading it right now. And then we'll be reading Throne of the Horde King in March, which is the last book in the series. So I'm really sad the series is coming to an end, but I am so in love with this series that I'm just excited for the next one and to see how it wraps up. And I love buddy reading them with Averie, so we'll have to find another alien romance series to buddy read after we finish this one. Maybe we'll go into Zoe Draven's other books. But I'm really excited about that one. Then the next one that I have is Sin Bin by Tegan Hunter. This is a hockey romance, I'm pretty sure. I know that Caitlin from the Love Librarian, I'm pretty sure, has just talked about this book before and enjoyed it, or this series and enjoyed it. But I've read Tegan Hunter before a long time ago, and I really enjoyed the one book that I read by her a long time ago. And she actually sent me the audiobook code for Sin Bin, so I'm going to read and review the audiobook for Sin Bin, and I'm really excited. I love a hockey romance. You guys know that. So then I have Poison Roses by Tate James. Tate James is one of my favorite authors, and this is her newest series that she's doing, and the audiobook just came out for it. It is Reverse Harem. I'm very excited. I love Reverse Harems. I love Tate James. I really don't know anything about this book. I think that Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl read and loved it. I'm pretty sure that this is the one that she loved, but I love Tate James. I love Reverse Harem, and I'm excited to finally have an audiobook for this one. I really do love Tate James's audiobooks specifically, especially for her Reverse Harems, because she tends to have multiple narrators, which I love. Then the next one that I have is a small town romance, and it is Not Part of the Plan by Lucy Score. This is the next book in the, I think it's called the Blue Moon series by Lucy Score. I read the first 3 or 4 in February, and I love them. And this is the next one in the series. I am nervous going into this one because it's the first book in the series that isn't about one of the main brothers who own the farm, but I'm excited to see how I hope the brothers are like still involved and like as side characters now, but I'm excited to see how the series progresses to other characters. And the characters we've met already, so I know who the characters are in this one, and I love the series so much so far, and I'm excited about it. I will say I listened to the audiobooks of these ones, and they are in third person, so if you don't like third person, that might not be something for you, but it only took me like a couple of minutes to adjust to the third person narration in this one, and I ended up actually really enjoying the third person narration, so I'm excited about it. The next one that I have is another small town romance, and that is Stone Hearts by Amber Kelly. This one has actually been on my TBR for ages. I read the first book in this series that I'm of course not going to remember the name of, but this is the Poplar Farms series. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But I read the first book last year, in the beginning of last year, and I loved it. I think I gave it 5 stars. And this is the next book in the series. I never continued the series because the audiobooks weren't out at the time. Only the first one had an audiobook at the time, but this one has an audiobook now, and I think the next couple have audiobooks also. So I'm excited to continue the series. I did love the first one, and I was looking for more small town, so I'm excited about it. Then the next one that I have is The Badge by Lena Hendricks. This is another one that Caitlin from the Love Librarian has talked about a lot, and she was the first one that I heard discuss it, and that's why I wanted it on my TBR. But Lena Hendricks is going to be at a signing that I'm going to this year in May, I think. And so I've been wanting to read this one. I really don't know how much about it. I think it's called the Redemption Ranch series. I think it has something to do with like witness protection program. But I don't know much about it. I follow Lena Hendricks on Instagram, so I figured I should read one of her books. But I'm excited about it, even though I don't know anything about it. Then the last one that I have on my list is Extradition by Kelly Fox. This is a book, I've never heard anyone talk about it on YouTube or Instagram or anything. This one is an author that I've never read from before either, and this one was actually talked about in Onley James's Facebook page. I'm in Onley James's Facebook page, and people were talking about, now that the Necessary Evil series is over, what books have similar vibes, and a bunch of people said that this did. This series, I don't know anything about it, but they said that it has Necessary Evils vibes, and so I love the Necessary Evil series, and I am devastated that it's over, and so I'm gonna read it. I was like, I need something Necessary Evils vibes. So I will report back and let you know if it actually is like the Necessary Evil series, but I'm hoping, we're gonna cross our fingers that it turns out good and that it reminds me of Necessary Evils, because I love that series. So that's the last one that I have. I'm pretty much planning to just mood read a bunch in March. I do have a vlog tentatively planned, but we'll see how my stress level goes and how my anxiety level goes if I decide to actually vlog. But that is it for my March TBR. It's crazy to me that it's already March. Really, really crazy to me that it's already March. But that is going to be it for this video. So let me know what's on your guys' March TBRs. I would love to hear about it. But that is going to be it for this video. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have the absolute best day. Bye!